my dude. It's not my dude. It's not my dude. It's not my dude. I mean, when I met Jen, that was Babe Bro. That was a little homie. That was a young homie, and that was my little man's. And when we did the battle, and he won, Light, MC Light was hosting with me, and it was really something to be seen. It was like, not because he was like the Chinese kid or whatever, but he was he had the right amount of humor. He had the quick wit. His at the time, his freestyle was impeccable for what it's worth. His observational skills, his improv skills were, you know, second to none. And he was just a likable character. And he was like, what, 17, 18 years old, 17 years old. So, you know, the shit just worked perfectly. And then on top of the fact, you know, then him being Chinese kid or whatever, obviously that helped too, because this is like, even though hip-hop has no race now, it's still, think about it, you know, traditionally you think black and Latino and shit, you know what I mean? So to see a Chinese motherfucker do it, it's like, whoa. And a Chinese motherfucker that's respected on the surface by, you know, people in the hood and NYC. NYC in that era was rough, coming up on some hip-hop shit. So it was a lot to be said. And the fact that he wasn't even from New York and was getting that respect in New York and was the Chinese kid. It was just like, you know, so I knew that when we linked up, I knew it was special, man. You know, to say that I knew that he was gonna, you know, become like a television actor and, you know, signed to a major deal, to a major label powerhouse at the time, regardless of what happened, regardless of the sales. I mean, even you could say Jim Flop, but that Rest is History album still sold a lot of units in comparison to what motherfuckers are selling. You know, shit still charted on Billboard, top 200. I remember when I was trying to set up Jim versus Shells. So I never got to set it up. And it eventually ended up happening, I think, in Puerto Rico at the Mixtape Power Summit. I was trying to set that up from to like 2001. And we were doing the Hook.com joints, and Who Kid was DJing for us and all of that. And I just knew that him and Shells had to happen. He says his manager, K-Mel, got him on that. I kind of recall it a little bit differently. I recall that, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm getting a little, you know, a little senile and shit, but I recall it being, the 106 look was from us doing the Hook.com thing. We were putting people in different positions. We started booking for DFX, if anybody remembers that, the show that, dude Tech from Real World was hosting, the kid with the blonde. Tech Money, right? Tech Money. We ended up doing that. I actually ended up doing that shit because one day they didn't have nobody to do it, so I ended up going up there and I battled my nigga Big Zoo. Me and Big Zoo and somebody else. There's three of us. And we did that. So we did DFX, and we battled from the battles. We ended up getting a lot of other looks. And 106 and Park was a look from doing our events at Wetlands, which is a venue that's closed now, no longer exists. It was down in Tribeca. So I think he said that he got it from his manager K-Mel. I don't think that's the case, because he met K-Mel outside of Fat Beats, if I'm correct. I mean, K-Mel's my nigga, so I didn't even know. I don't remember it being like that. He met K-Mel outside of Fat Beats. He was selling that CD that he had, that first Gen CD that I'm on, like, I'm on like 75% of the joints, because it was all my footage. But, you know, it's cool. Like, I wanted to see my nigga come up. Like, I really have faith in him. But he did the 106 thing, so I went up there with him a few times. But I couldn't do it every week, because by that time, I had another job. I had to get a job because Hook.com went belly up. So that cash cow stopped. So I had to get another job. So I was working in Brooklyn somewhere. I can't recall right now, but I was working. So we started doing the 106 and Park thing. So I went up there with him about, out of like the 7 weeks, I was probably there like maybe 3 or 4 of them. Maybe 3 of them. Not all of them. And towards the end, he told me about, you know, the labels is trying to fuck with him, and I'm like, yo, my nigga, that's a great look, man. You know, do what you got to do. Like, I got your back, whatever you're trying to do. And we had, I personally think that he was amazing as far as performing, as far as battling. But you know, he didn't have the super duper songwriting structure. He didn't have the ability yet. Like he had the skill set, but he didn't really master that craft yet. He was mastering the live aspect of rapping instead of the recorded aspect. So that might have been a part of why it didn't turn out how it's supposed to turn out. But and then towards the end, he told me, yo, these labels are trying to fuck with me. And you know, think about it. At the time, like, of the battle rapper getting a record deal, shit was like some new shit. Poster Boy has got his deal, but then Poster Boy had like his family issues, and unfortunately, shit ain't really happened for him how it's supposed to. I believe he got sick or something like that, and he had like a lot of family issues. So unfortunately, it didn't happen how it's supposed to happen. But then I remember the day that Jen got his situation, and I met him in the city, and he was like, "Yo, I want to tell you something." And he unzipped his jacket and pulled out the big ass Rough Riders piece, and I was like, "Yo, tears of joy, my nigga." Like, I'm not in this shit to eat off nobody. You know, if you feel that, you know, we'll break a motherfucker off and help you out, that's cool. I'm in it legitimately to help people out, but we can make money together. That's perfect. But yo, I was happy, man. That was my business. Son got his deal. Like, to us, that was amazing. Like, we all young, you know, and that's something. You know, people nowadays like, yo, fuck a record deal. Think about it. It's early 2000s. Niggas wanted record deals. Like, niggas wanted record deals. Like, if you didn't want a record deal, you're fucking lying. Niggas wanted record deals. So when he pulled out that chain, I picked him up, I hugged him, I picked him up. Motherfuckers had the tears of joy, like, oh shit, I don't believe it, I don't believe it. And that was one of the last times I talked to that nigga. But yeah, you know, he got the deal. I think he started hanging out with the wrong people, niggas that wasn't around, you know. But I personally believe that in his mind, I mean, he was poised to be a star, straight up and down. He had all the elements. He was poised to be a star. But being around us, being around people such as myself, you know, Immortal Technique, you know, a plethora of other MCs, even niggas like, you know, Shells or whatever have you, who was really hot at the time. He also ended up getting his deal with J Records. Rolling with us, being a few years younger, you know, it was probably like, even though in the public eyes you are that guy, to us you still the little homie. So I think that's one of the reasons he stopped rocking, you know, with niggas, because like regardless of how the world would be like, oh my God, we still be like, oh, that's my man's, and not be like, oh hell, Jen, you know. So it's kind of, I think that's probably part of the deal, part of the reason why he kind of, you know, he signed a deal. Of course, that immediately comes with a legion of flunkies, you know, who might or might not care. And yeah, so he did his thing with them. Whatever happened, the son came back to the table. And, you know, I'm the big homie. He needed some help. Called me up. I put him in the studio with my nigga Ariel, and he did a 100 grand J record. I think that was a record he did with Ariel. I put him up with Ariel. He did that. And I don't think business was handled properly. And ever since then, I ain't never talked to that nigga. Jen's always gonna be my little man's. Like, I always got love for Jen. When he in a Rough Rider deal went away, he had the reality check. He called me up, and what did I do? I put him back in the studio. I got love in my heart for a nigga. You know what I'm saying? End of the day, if I don't speak to him ever again, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But I'm a grown man, my nigga. I'm my own man. You know, loyalty's everything to me. I'm a loyal nigga, but everybody ain't like that.